champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me, I am up. #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a Sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get up out the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
All right, Coach, it is a cold night in western Pennsylvania as we bring you inside Heinz Field here in Pittsburgh. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Mike, go. Go right in. Mike, 15. Oh,
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man, able to record his 5th sack of the season.
3rd and 13.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long.
In your face. Hey, kill. 47. Rush in.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is incomplete. Steven Nelson able to get a hand in coverage. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. And on the ground they go with a running back. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Block 80! 8!
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this will pin them back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
First down, Prescott. And now Prescott is going to be taken down. He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A quick pass out to Juju. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
Black 80! Hey, alert! Black 80!
Now Roethlisberger. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Steelers' 31-yard line.
Hey, here we go. Then we're going to 53. Jim, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Jim. We're going to 54. 180. Check 3. 180.
Throwing. Prescott. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
A gain of 21 yards. And a Cowboy first down.
A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Cooper was the target there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Here we go, 46, 46. Go, get up 46.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cameron Hayward, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you. And it'll be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they'll throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. DeMarcus Lawrence has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And taken at the 46. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. 1st down.
Run the mic. Watch one. Watch one.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
We're going to 54. Right here.
Babies cry all the way back home.
Go to 54. Go to 54.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. Past the 20. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock and control the game.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6.
Hey, Nickers! Quarter! Smooth!
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that. Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott escaping the pressure right. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after's up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd down, it's Pollard.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. To throw is Prescott. And this one hauled in by Will Tye. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A first down throw for Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Pollard going to try the right side. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Prescott to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Black 20. Here we go, G.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Screen pass to Connor. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. He finds his man Johnson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson in the final seconds of the first half, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good, and this is now a 1-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he takes it the distance. No time remaining.
No cloth on the field.
Yeah, no flags, and it's a kickoff return to end the first half. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Ready?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
56. Check. Hey, watch it.
First carry for James Conner. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Monday. Go. Alert.
Roethlisberger. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
Here's Pollard again, and an alley to run. And they'll get this down to the 10. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's going to take off with it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Kill.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, and that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. From 8 yards out, and the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Let's go now.
4 yards on the pickup. Second down 6 at the 26-yard line.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Mike 15. Mike 15. Then we're going to 53. Here we go, 46, 46. 46.
Now Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Hey, 47. 46.
Prescott on first down. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Jack 16.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off near the 32. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Back to the air. Roethlisberger after the pick six. Complete. It's Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush.
Now a handoff looking right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. Here's Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They go play action with Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves. And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Mike Wall in the face. So Mike, we're going to 54. Why ain't? You got nothing today. You got nothing. Keep going to 54. Going to 54. Why ain't? Check 13. We're going to 54. Why ain't? Going to 54. Going to 54.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Sweat, hey. Here we go, 46. Watch the slant. 46.
Prescott. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Prescott now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Come on, now, come on, now. Back. Gun. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will extend this big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. And some room to maneuver. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. A big play. Smith-Schuster on the throw from Big Ben. 46 yards. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th. They're going on 4th down. It's Roethlisberger. Jackson's got it complete. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play. But still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the phone, no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Stay packing, nobody knew, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby. I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. Okay, on the countertop, don't look so shocked. It's nothing new. Okay, death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They wanna keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets of death. My money as hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown, touchdown. 8th floor, come down. Hotel, lobby. Receptionist, what now? 11 a.m. Check out. Might give her one foul just to tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Half the errands need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. Plus all your boys got expensive habits. I know what they figure, they don't even gotta say it. Nope, they thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift. I don't gotta split no payment. I don't gotta answer questions, and I don't need you to okay it. Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gon' be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown.
They can't take it to 10.
Hey.